Hi, today we are going to talk about the creation of sun and moon. According to Genesis chapter 1, verse 14, the sun and moon were created only on the fourth day by God. However, as per the information we have from science, the sun should have been created before the earth was created. Now, in theology, there is a belief known as the theory of appearance. It means everything God created appeared to be mature as we see today. For example, uh, when Adam was created, he was created as a mature man, not as a baby, that was newborn. In the same way, when God created the heavens and the earth, everything was created together, though it appears that the stars were created earlier. That theory is probably true. It's not necessarily wrong. God can do that. God can create like that. However, there is a problem because verse 4 says sun was created only on the fourth day, whereas verse 1 says, actually chapter 1, verse 2 says, there was light in the beginning. Now, did God create sun and moon in the fourth day only? In verse 2, when it says, let there be light, it is true that the light could be speaking about God's own glory or God's Shekinah, and that presence of God is good enough to bring light into darkness and remove darkness. That's true. However, it's possible that God created sun and moon in the first day itself, when God created the heavens and the earth. When we talk about the heavens and the earth, it's talking about everything in the space. So it's highly possible that God created sun and moon along with earth on the first day. However, when God is speaking about the creation of sun and moon in the fourth day, Moses is probably writing about God assigning the role of sun and moon on the fourth day, where he separates day and night, and he appoints the sun and moon to differentiate between day and night. And he calls them day and night, and that is the fourth day. Now, those who interpret or those who do literal interpretation of scriptures believe that these days are only 24 hours or can be only 24 hours day, and they cannot be longer period. The problem with that kind of interpretation is that then they will have to interpret verse 14, Genesis chapter 1, verse 14 also literally, and believe that God created sun and moon only on the fourth day. So when you interpret literally, you usually run into a problem. Some of these words are used metaphorically. Some of these words are used to mean something else because words have different meaning. Even today, when we use the word God, a Hindu means it differently, a Muslim means it differently, a Pantheist means it differently. We Christians, we mean it differently. Even among Christians, Jesus only group or Unitarian Pentecostals, they mean it differently. So words can have different meanings. What does the day mean? It could be 24 hours or it could be something more. When we look into this description, we see that God creates everything in 6 days, and in the seventh day, God is taking rest. On the first day, God creates in the heavens and the earth, and then he creates the separation between space and earth. Then he creates a separation between water and earth, and then he starts creation. And as God creates, the first thing he creates as living beings, in the Hebrew word, Hebrew language, it's nephesh, which means it has a soul. So those kind of living beings or movable beings, not just plant and trees who also have a life, but the living beings, these creations happen only on the fifth day. And the first one is in water. And then on the sixth day, God creates animals on the earth. And on the sixth day itself, then God creates man and woman. Now, according to science also, this is true that man is the last one to arrive in the planet. Now, think about this. Without any input from modern science, 4,000 years ago, Moses writes that man is the last one last living being to arrive on this planet. Now, of course, science, modern science, especially those who believe in the theory of evolution, is just a theory. You have to keep that in mind. The theory of evolution teaches that man came through evolution. That's the only difference. Otherwise, Moses wrote that man came last also, but through the creation of God. Now, how did Moses find that? How did Moses find, get that information 4,000 years ago that man is the last one to arrive in the planet? Probably because it was revealed to him by God who did that creation. Now, does that mean that everything was created directly by God anew? We do not know. The word bara used in Hebrew does not necessarily mean creation out of nothing. But there's something interesting about that word. The word bara in Hebrew is used in the Bible only referring to God's activity, God's creation. However, it can also refer to something that is created out of something that is already existing. For example, renewing something. God can renew an existing thing into a new thing. So God can, that the word used there is God, is bara also. Also, God creates something out of existing, something that is existing. For example, when God creates man, he creates it out of earth, and it's out of something. It's not out of nothing. So God uses something that is existing. So God can create things out of nothing. God can create things out of existing things. So how man was created, the Bible teaches that God did that directly, and he had a direct involvement and interest and purpose. However, according to evolution, theory of evolution, again, it's the last, man is the last one to arrive, but there's no purpose. It's an accident, and there is life kind of appearing, or from somewhere before, of course, man was created, when the first living organism exists. However, science also kind of have this presupposition that life cannot origin actually in this world. That's why scientists are spending billions of dollars every year to find if life came from another planet, if life can be found in another planet, did it come through a shooting star or something, because they believe that life cannot have originated in this earth. It had to come from somewhere else. And the Bible provides the solution to that problem, that it came actually from outside, came from God, who is life in himself. He brought life into this world. He created the living beings. And of course, man was the last one to arrive on this planet. Now, what does this day mean? We'll talk about that in next video. God bless you all. Thank you.